How is your friend doing? Would you like to prank him once again? It'll be fun. Let's go. Let's start right away with my favorite practical joke, but I recommend you to keep a safe distance during the prank. We're gonna need a bottle of ketchup and some baking soda. Carefully pour a couple of spoons of soda in the ketchup and put it in the fridge. Now we just have to wait for our friend to take the bottle, shake it, and start adding it to his pasta. As he shakes it, the baking soda will react with the vinegar in the ketchup. Now let's see what happens. The reaction inside is so violent that when you open it, the ketchup will fly anywhere but onto the plate. Bazinga! By the way, different ketchups contain different amounts of vinegar and react differently. So, I recommend experimenting and finding the right one first. Now a simpler, but no less funny prank. Take a piece of tape, a coin, and let's go to the bathroom. Glue the tape to the faucet, leaving only a small gap. Great, now stick the coin in there, hide, and get your phone out to make a video of your friend getting splashed with water. Oh shoot, I think he caught us, Tony. Run! Whew, that was a close one. It was too obvious anyway. Well, the next prank will be more serious. Let your buddy get a taste of what it's like to be wanted by the police. Print out his photo and write that he's a particularly dangerous criminal who robbed a post office with a chainsaw or stole an ostrich from a zoo. Post these flyers all over your neighborhood. Your friend won't be able to figure out what's going on and why passers-by are staring at him. No time to relax, it gets better. Take your friend's deodorant and replace the contents with butter. The important thing here is to cut it out carefully and shape it properly. When your friend falls for this trick, he'll have to shower again. And if he doesn't notice anything, it will be even funnier. Moving on, make it up to your friend and order a pizza and soda. Now you have to wait for him to go out of the room. You'll have to be fast. Your task is to seize the straw without your friend noticing you. Tie a knot on the end and return it back to the cup. After that, observe the struggle of two wonderful phenomena of nature, thirst and vacuum. Just look at his face, how stubbornly he tries to drink his soda. Take some clear tape and stick it across the door. Oh no, Tony, not like that, too low. Of course, it would be hilarious if your friend falls flat on the floor, but he can hurt himself really bad or even fracture something. And we don't want that, do we? So stick the tape at waist level. Perfect. Now call him. Well done. Let's keep working. Does your friend have a perfume he normally uses before going out? Nice. Now let's do this. Take a couple of garlic cloves and squeeze them into a small amount of water. Now take the perfume, open it, and add our garlic smoothie to it. You can use a cheesecloth if you don't want pieces of garlic getting into the bottle. Now close it, shake it, and wait. Once again, mischief managed. Well, at least now your friend doesn't have to worry about vampires. I know another prank. Let's pour cold water on your friend, if you know what I mean. Take a plastic bag and fill it with water. Now close it and put it on a half-open door. Time to call him. Oh my god, I'm gonna laugh my head off. And finally, a classic toothpaste joke. First of all, you need black toothpaste, which is very trendy right now. Perfect. Now take black food dye and put some drops into the toothpaste. What? What are you doing, Tony? I see, you decided to upgrade my prank. Not bad. Of course, it will be even funnier if you add dye to the shampoo and the shower gel. You can also add some to the shower head. That's it, Tony, let's get out of here. It looks like your friend is about to enjoy a good shower. You and me are a dream team, Tony. Let's go for a walk while your friend is trying to calm down. It's not safe for us to be around him. We are gonna prank one of your friends. Boys just wanna have fun. We have to prepare our first prank before he arrives. Take a long string and tie it up to anything you can find. Pens, books, pillows, and so on. Anything you see. Finally, tie the end of the string to the door. Awesome! Now we just wait. That was amazing! Oops, I forgot that this is your house and you're gonna have to clean up the mess. So, you better do this prank in your friend's house with your friend's stuff. For the next prank, we are gonna need baby powder. We're gonna need a long tube, which we are gonna fill with the powder. Now we're gonna tape one end of the tube to a hairdryer. We're gonna place the other end of the tube under the door of the room where your friend is. We turn the hairdryer on and a powder cloud. He wasn't expecting that. Why are you laughing, Tony? You're gonna have to clean all this up. Moving on, let's go to the bathroom. We already tried adding black dye to your friend's toothpaste, but this time we are gonna replace the paste. We empty the tube and fill it with mayonnaise, for example. We know it's not the funniest prank ever, but if you add some mustard or some super hot pepper, then it does get funny. So Tony, we are gonna have a party soon, so it's time for one last prank. We have to take a picture on the toilet and make it seem like it was made with a hidden camera. Perfect! Now we wait for our guests and the right moment to prank your friend. It's finally the right time, Tony. Your friend is in the toilet. Open the picture on your TV so everyone can see it. Now tell your guests about the prank. When your friend comes back, everyone should laugh at him really hard. It worked! He really thought there was a hidden camera in the toilet and that everyone saw him doing his business. Bazinga! Take a string and needle and thread it through a mint. Now place it on top of an open bottle of Coca-Cola. Close the lid so that it pinches the ends of the string, while the candy is left hanging under the lid so that it can't be seen. All that remains is to cut the protruding edges of the string and offer your friend a nice cold drink. When they open the lid, the string will no longer be pressed and the Mentos will splash spectacularly in the Coke. Remember to stand back so you won't get splashed by a fountain of sweet soda or suffer your friend's fists of rage. Well, let's keep having fun with Coke and Mentos. There's another original way to plant Mentos in a Coke. We need to pour water into an ice mold and put it in the freezer for about half an hour. After that, we take it out. The water is not yet frozen, but is already covered with an ice crust. Carefully break a hole in the ice and put a mint inside each ice cube. Then put it back in the freezer. Now you can turn on the super freezing mode, if your fridge has one. The goal is to keep the mint from melting in the water before it's completely frozen. If you do everything right, the ice in your friend's soda glass will melt slowly, and when the drink reaches our little surprise, a violent reaction will begin, which will leave your friend speechless. Now here's another prank. Take a piece of gum with a liquid center. Now take some food dye and pour it into a syringe. Any idea where I'm going with this? Carefully pierce the package and the gum itself to fill the core with dye. Now wait until your friend asks you for a piece of gum. The prank will be even funnier if you do not tell them about it. Let your friend walk around with colored teeth for a while. Moving on, if your friend is going somewhere for a few days and you have access to their computer, it's time to have some fun. Take their keyboard and remove all the keys. Carefully put damp tissues between the keys and drop seeds of some fast-growing grass on top. Now put all the keys back. In a couple of days when your friend returns, they will discover to their surprise that their favorite keyboard has turned into a flower bed. Well, I think it turned out very pretty. And why is he so annoyed? Well, especially for such angry people, we have a more serious joke. Take your friend's phone and rename all their contacts to secret or unknown number. Yeah, they will have to spend days recovering all the names. And now a prank for people who like potato chips. You know, the ones that come in solid, cylinder-shaped packages. You must have seen them. So here's what we're gonna do. Carefully cut off the bottom of the tube, cover it with a piece of paper, turn it over, put it on the highest shelf, and take out the paper. Now if your friend wants to crunch on some chips, they will get caught in a potato ring. It's time to go outside for some fresh air. But first we have to get ready. Everyone has a bench near their house where people like to relax, right? So we paint our clothes with stripes matching the color of the bench in advance and go out. You have to sit down with your friends, stay there for a while, and then stand up so that you can see that your back is now covered in paint. This is where the shock comes in. Your friends will think they've been sitting on a freshly painted bench the whole time. By the way, it's even funnier to actually paint the bench and not put up any warnings. But if you get caught, you'll be prosecuted for defacing expensive clothing. The next prank is perfect for school. You have to sit in the back of the classroom and write a note that reads, "There's a sock hanging from the ceiling. Pass it on." The note is then sent around the classroom. Everyone who gets the note will look at the ceiling with amazement, then laugh, realizing that it is a prank, and pass it on. The climax of the prank will be when the teacher takes the note away from someone, reads it, and looks up at the ceiling trying to find the sock. We can guarantee everyone in the class will laugh. And the last joke is the funniest. It's perfect for those who like to get together in a large group and play different games. For example, charades, when the player must act out a word only using gestures. Before you start, you have to choose a victim and explain your idea to everyone else. You have to tell everyone in advance that our subject will be given a certain word. For example, window. And when that person comes out to act it out, no one should say the word. Say anything you want. Pen, glass, nature, landscape, door, and so on. Believe me, it will be very funny to watch your friend try to explain a very obvious word that no one seems to guess. 5, 10, or 15 minutes later, they will get more and more nervous, and you'll be laughing your head off. We take a soap bar and carefully coat it with clear nail polish. Let it dry and that's it. Your friend won't be able to wash their hands, no matter how hard they try. But that's just the beginning. If your friend loves Oreos, you can use that to your advantage. Split the cookie into 2 halves and replace the filling with toothpaste. Put them back together, wait for the right moment, and film your friend eating it, so you can post it on TikTok and get millions of views. By the way, you can replace the filling with anything you want, like horseradish, mayonnaise, or super hot pepper. It's up to you. But now it's time for some epic pranks, right friends? We'll need to find a place with a gap of some kind. For example, a hole in a ceiling, a regular couch filled with pillows, or a pile of stuffed toys. Now we have to find the scariest and most frightening face on the internet. Something like Momo will work fine. Print out this picture and put it in our pre-arranged place so that only 1 or 2 eyes are visible. Now, anyone who sees that scary eye, watching them from a pile of pillows or right from the ceiling, won't have time to run to the bathroom. It's very scary looking. This is an old prank, but it's also my favorite. We take a balloon and glue it to a tray and thoroughly cover it with whipped cream or other delicious topping. You can also sprinkle colored jelly beans on top. Now we present it solemnly to a friend, for example on their birthday or some other occasion. We congratulate them and praise them in every possible way so they won't suspect it is a joke. We give them a sharp knife and ask them to cut off a piece of this delicious treat. Now get back as quick as you can, not only so that you don't get splattered with cream once the balloon explodes, but also because in a second, there will be a very angry person in this room with a sharp knife in their hand. Take a can of Pringles. Open it up and eat almost all of the chips or simply take them out. Next, take a paper towel cardboard and put it in the can. If it is too long, you can cut it. I'm telling this to Tony, friends. You would have figured it out anyway, but our friend here is not that bright. Now you have to put a couple of chips over this cardboard and close the lid. Whoever gets this can will be, to put it mildly, disappointed. Let's keep pranking your friends with Pringles. For the next prank, we'll need a new can and a can opener. You need a can opener that can be used to cut the bottom off neatly and evenly. So, we take the can, turn it over, and cut off the bottom. After that, you have to carefully turn it back and put it on the table. Now, when your friend decides to have some chips, he has to choose. Eat them off the floor or not eat them at all. Bazinga! By the way, it will be even more fun if you put this can of chips on the top shelf. In this case, they will fall directly on your victim's head. Okay, now let's get a regular bag of chips. You know, like Lay's, Cheetos, or whatever you like. Other than that, we're gonna need a little party popper. Can you guess where I'm going with that? That's right, it's gonna be a very funny prank. To do this, you have to open the bag of chips a little bit at the bottom, so that the party popper can fit in there. The only thing we leave outside is the rope to pull on. Alright, now we open the top of the bag and treat a friend to some chips. Carefully cover the popper with your hand while holding it. At the most unexpected moment, when your friend is about to take a chip, pull the rope. Boom! Mischief managed, Tony. Now we have to clean up all the chips and confetti from the floor. But it was worth it. But folks, be warned, you have to be very careful with the party popper. Don't point it at anybody's face, because confetti and pieces of chips can get in the eyes, which can lead to serious injury. Point it up or to the side. The loud pop and the flying chips will catch your friend off guard either way. Now take a break and put some crunchy chips in your friend's shoe. Yes, that's right, just under the insole. It's a simple prank, but that doesn't make it any less surprising. Whoever puts on these shoes will have a very unusual experience. This is no time to rest, Tony. If we want more likes, we need to come up with more cool ideas. So, let's keep having fun. This time, we're gonna take a bag of chips and carefully open it without tearing anything. Now you can replace the chips with anything you want. For example, sliced potatoes, a bag of spices, and a note saying, "Do it yourself." You can also replace the chips with pieces of paper and put a note like, "Stop drooling, you won't get any chips today." Basically, you can put anything in there and write anything in the note. It's up to your imagination. Now fill the bag with some air and glue it back together, using glue or an iron. But be careful not to put too much glue so it doesn't stick out. And with the iron, you just need to heat the join parts, and they will stick to each other. However, do not forget to put some kind of cloth between the iron and the bag, otherwise it may melt and stick to the iron. Then, instead of a fun prank, you will get in trouble with your mom. And finally, I would like to give all fans of pranking their friends some very important tips. Always be on guard because your victims can take revenge on you. Choose your victim with great care. If your friend doesn't have a good sense of humor, it's better to prank someone else. Remember that a good prank is a prank you can laugh at together. Not everyone will understand a mean or rude joke. In addition, a prank can hurt a person's feelings. Choose the right time to prank your friend. If they are sad or worried about something, a prank isn't a good idea. Playing pranks on strangers is a very bad idea because you don't know how they might react. Tell us in the comments how you usually prank your friends. The best stories, as always, will be featured in the next video. Don't forget to leave a like if you've enjoyed this episode. Bye-bye!